Today's gaming news includes one last chance to try out Nioh, Xbox One sales figures, a new Fire Emblem game, and more. Let's get right into this. Nioh's release date has crept up, many are excited for the Dark Souls-like action RPG, and you have a chance to play it early. While you can't play it right now, you can play it midnight on Friday night, and it'll be playable for 48 hours through January 21st and 22nd. Nioh previously had limited trial periods, and this will be the final one before the game's official release on February 7th. A multiplayer mode was also recently announced, however, that will not be available right away, rather through a post-launch free update. While the Xbox One is far behind the PlayStation 4 in terms of sales, it's still performing relatively well, all things considered. A report from research group SuperData claims the console has reached 26 million units sold since its launch in November of 2013. Microsoft, however, refuted the report in a statement to GameSpot, saying that they have nothing new to share in regards to sales and rather are focusing on engagement as their main metric for success. However, December was the biggest month ever for Xbox One sales in the US, and Xbox One was the only 8th generation console with year-over-year growth last year. Right now, it seems obvious that the Xbox One at no point in this generation will catch up to the PlayStation 4, but who knows? Many thought the same about the PlayStation 3 against the Xbox 360, and the PS3 ended up outpacing the 360, so anything is possible. However, with the PS3, you had the large support from Japan, and the Xbox One obviously doesn't have that. It's just highly unlikely for the One to catch up at this stage of the game. Speaking of the Xbox One, the highly anticipated Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive Halo Wars 2 has officially gone gold. The sequel to the strategy RPG from 2009 was announced to have finished from a tweet by the 343 Industries boss saying, quote, "Halo Wars 2 went gold today. Great working with this incredibly talented team," end quote. Halo Wars 2 launches on February 21st for Xbox One and Windows 10. If you pick up the Ultimate Edition, however, you can start playing on February 17th. The open beta for the game also begins on January 28th, so check that out if you're interested in the title.
It's a real action-focused strategy game.
We're also doubling down on the size of these environments, so have the space to get involved in some serious combat.
If you want to practice your base strategy, you can go into domination, you can go into deathmatch. If I'm in the mood for a fast game, I can jump into strongholds. So we've got different...
Finally, in surprising news, a new Fire Emblem game has been announced titled Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia. The game seems to be inspired by Fire Emblem Gaiden, which was the second game in the series but never found its way outside of Japan. Fire Emblem Fates just released last year, and Fire Emblem definitely isn't one of the franchises you'd expect a yearly release from, but surprisingly, Shadows of Valentia releases on May 19th for the 3DS. Fire Emblem is always good, I expect this to be no different. So that wraps up gaming news for the day. Are you checking out the Nioh demo? What are your thoughts on the Xbox One's possible sales figures? Excited for Halo Wars 2? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.